Are time travelers real? Is it possible that someone somehow has figured out a way to leap across centuries? I mean, think about it. From mysterious photographs to strange encounters, history is riddled with stories that make you wonder, are these just fantasies or glimpses of hidden truths? We humans have always been obsessed with time. We measure it, we celebrate it, we fear it, but what if we could control it? What if we could visit the past like flipping through a history book or peek into the future like watching a movie preview? The very idea bends our minds and tickles our imaginations. Welcome to Echoes of Times, where we explore history's most fascinating mysteries. Today, we're diving headfirst into the mind-bending topic of time travelers. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into the past. Now let's travel through time, literally. The idea of time travel, it's not new, folks. It's been captivating our imaginations for centuries. I mean, who can forget H.G. Wells' iconic The Time Machine? It practically wrote the book on time travel fiction. And let's not forget those blockbuster films like Back to the Future. These stories tap into our deepest desires, to rewrite history, to right wrongs, or maybe just to get a sneak peek at what's to come. But here's the real kicker. Is time travel just a figment of our very active imaginations, or could there be actual evidence of real-life temporal tourists roaming around in our world? I mean, the universe is a vast and mysterious place, right? We're constantly discovering new things about the cosmos, pushing the boundaries of what we think is possible. Think about it. Black holes, once a mathematical oddity, are now observed realities. Quantum entanglement, where particles are linked across vast distances. That's stranger than anything we could have imagined. So, who are we to say that time travel is completely off the table? Now, I'm a scientist, and I deal with evidence. And when it comes to time travel, the evidence is, well, let's just say it's more anecdotal than concrete. But that doesn't mean we should dismiss it entirely. After all, every scientific breakthrough starts with a spark of curiosity, a what-if moment. So, let's indulge our curiosity for a bit, shall we? Let's dive into some of the most compelling stories and supposed evidence of time travel throughout history. We'll examine the photographs, the accounts, and the sheer weirdness that has fueled this debate for decades. Are these stories just hoaxes, clever manipulations of our perception? Or could they be genuine glimpses into a reality where time is not a rigid construct, but a fluid dimension waiting to be explored? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey through the annals of time, exploring the tantalizing possibility that time travel isn't just science fiction, but perhaps science fact. Our first stop on this journey through time takes us to 1941. The world was at war, but in a small corner of British Columbia, Canada, a bridge reopening ceremony was about to become unexpectedly entangled with the mysteries of time. Picture this, the newly rebuilt South Fork Bridge, a crowd gathered, smiles abound, a snapshot of life seemingly frozen in time. Now, when this photograph from the event surfaced years later, it caused quite a stir. Why? Because among the sea of 1940s faces and attire, there was one man who stuck out like a sore thumb, a sartorial anomaly in a sea of fedoras and frocks. This fellow, dubbed by some as the time-traveling hipster, sported a rather modern look for the time. He's rocking a casual t-shirt, a zip-up hoodie, practically unheard of back then, and to top it all off, a pair of stylish sunglasses that wouldn't have looked out of place at a modern-day music festival. But that's not all. In his hand, he's clutching what appears to be a portable camera, decades ahead of its time. Now, the skeptics among us, and there are always a few, will say it's just a case of mistaken identity or perhaps a bit of creative clothing choice for the time. Maybe he was a trendsetter, a visionary of fashion ahead of his time, right? But others, those who entertain the possibility of temporal shenanigans, they see this photo as something more, something extraordinary. Could this be a time traveler caught unaware? His modern attire and gadgets a glaring anachronism in a bygone era? The photo itself has become a bit of an internet sensation, sparking countless debates and discussions. Is it a genuine time traveler, or just a trick of the eye? As with many things related to time travel, the answer remains elusive, shrouded in the mists of time. Chapter 3. The Time-Traveling Hipster. Our next stop on this chronological adventure takes us to the golden age of Hollywood. It's 1928, and the iconic Charlie Chaplin is hard at work filming a movie. Now, years later, when the film footage was released, eagle-eyed viewers noticed something rather peculiar, something that sent ripples through the space-time continuum of internet forums and conspiracy theory websites. In the background of one particular scene, a woman strolls by, seemingly engrossed in a conversation. But here's the thing, She seems to be holding something to her ear. And it doesn't look like a dainty 1920s ear trumpet, no sir. Some believe it bears a striking resemblance to a cell phone, decades before the technology even existed. Was this woman simply adjusting her hair, scratching an itch? Or could she have been a time traveler chatting away on her futuristic device, blissfully unaware of the temporal paradox she was creating? The footage, grainy and silent as it is, has become a favorite exhibit in the Museum of Time Travel Mysteries. Skeptics argue that it's just a case of pareidolia, our brains tricking us into seeing familiar patterns where none exist. But others, those who dare to dream of temporal adventures, see it as a tantalizing clue, a breadcrumb trail left behind by a traveler out of time. Chapter 4. John Titor, the Internet Time Traveler. Now let's fast forward to the year 2000. The dawn of the new millennium, the internet was still finding its footing, and the Y2K bug had just finished not destroying civilization. It was during this time, amid the digital Wild West of online forums, that a mysterious figure emerged claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036. He went by the name John Titor, and his story captivated the digital world. Titor didn't just pop in to say hi from the future though. He came armed with detailed predictions about the years to come, including a second American Civil War and mind-blowing technological advancements. He even posted pictures of his supposed time machine, a complex contraption that looked like it was ripped straight from the pages of a science fiction novel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another internet personality claiming to be from the future. We've all seen those. But there was something about Titor's story that resonated with people. Maybe it was the level of detail in his predictions, or perhaps it was the way he engaged with people online, answering questions with a mix of cryptic pronouncements and technical jargon. Whatever the reason, John Titor became an internet legend. People followed his every post, debating the validity of his claims and dissecting his every word for clues about the future. As the years passed, and some of his predictions failed to materialize, many dismissed Titor as a clever hoaxer, a master manipulator of online culture. But even today, his story continues to intrigue. Was John Titor a time traveler from the future, or just a really good storyteller with an internet connection? The mystery remains unsolved. Chapter 5. The Science of Time Travel. We've journeyed through time examining tantalizing tales and blurry photographs. But what does science have to say about all this? Is time travel really possible, or is it just a fun concept for late-night conversations and sci-fi movies? Well, as a scientist, I'm obligated to tell you that the laws of physics, as we currently understand them, don't exactly have time travel listed as a casual Tuesday activity. But, and this is a big but, the universe is full of surprises. Let's start with Einstein, shall we? His theory of special relativity, which he came up with in 1905, introduced the mind-bending concept of time dilation. Essentially, it says that time is not absolute, but rather it's relative to the observer's frame of reference. What does that mean? Well, time moves slower for objects that are moving at speeds approaching the speed of light. So if you were to hop in a spaceship and zip around the cosmos at near light speed, time would pass slower for you than it would for someone back on Earth. You'd age slower, and when you returned, you'd essentially have traveled into the future. Now, traveling to the past is a whole other can of cosmic worms. It would require bending the very fabric of space-time, perhaps through something called a wormhole. Imagine a shortcut through the universe connecting two distant points in space and time. While wormholes are theoretically possible within the framework of Einstein's general relativity, they remain firmly in the realm of speculation. So, where does that leave us? Well, the possibility of time travel is a topic that continues to fascinate scientists and science fiction enthusiasts alike. While we haven't cracked the code of traveling through time just yet, with each passing day, we learn more about the universe and its secrets. Who knows what scientific breakthroughs await us in the future? Outro time travelers, what do you think? From mysterious photos and enigmatic figures to the mind-boggling theories of modern physics, we've journeyed through the enigmatic realm of time travel. What do you think? Are time travelers real, or are these stories just clever hoaxes designed to make us question everything we thought we knew? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, the universe is a vast and mysterious place, and our understanding of it is constantly evolving. What seems impossible today might become tomorrow's groundbreaking scientific discovery. If you enjoyed this trip through time, please hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Times and hit the bell icon to join us on our next historical adventure.